Well, Coach, just in general, how do you feel like your guys performed tonight?
I thought defensively, I thought we did a good job. Just played hard as heck, defensively. That team they play so fast and so hard, and they're just it's hard to guard teams like that, and I thought we did a really good job. Offensively, I thought we just had a lot of nervous energy, just playing, just everybody was in a rush, and I thought that it would kind of calm down a little bit. It really didn't until, the young guys kind of got in there in the second half, and they were just playing so dang hard, and now you get steals and get out and fast breaking, and that makes everything easy, So, but yeah, overall, I thought, it was good to get that one out the way, finally play against somebody else,
Your impressions of Scoot and his playmaking abilities at 6 assists in only 19 minutes?
Yeah. I thought Scoot played well. His playmaking, I think, we'll be impressed with that all year. He's he's a pass-first guy, and he's a downhill basketball player, so he's going to most of the time make the right play when he gets there. I thought he was a little shocked at just kind of how physical those guys were playing, him and all of them, Jeremy, all of them. Those guys, they hit us in the mouth first, and we had to respond. And so I want to be the type of team that we hit first, That's kind of our goal, to get to that point. But, I thought Scoot did a good job, though, in his first game.
What do you think of Aiden?
Yeah, I thought D.A. was good, too. They really had no answer for him. We were just playing. Everybody was just kind of rushing, so we never really got a chance to get it to him. I thought he rushed a few shots, just anxious as well. Down there, easy bunnies for him. There's a little jump hook that we know he likes to get to that little left shoulder. So he missed some easy ones for him.
Where do you feel like you kind of got process-wise, offensively and defensively? Obviously, you're forgetting makes and misses. Just kind of where do you feel like you kind of guys landed at the end of the first half with the first group, kind of just getting in the flow of things?
I don't think we got in a flow at all offensively. We were able to score a little bit, but I don't think we got in a flow at all. How we have been going, and you give them credit for that, for them playing so physical, kind of taking us out of things. And then also, with us too, everything is kind of new. Everybody trying to establish themselves, and everybody's just kind of rushing everything. I thought defensively, I was fine with what happened. With our effort, with our communication, I was okay with that in the first half. Offensively, we struggled though.
How did you feel about the pace offensively?
Up and down. It was up and down. It was pretty good for the most part, but we got ourselves in a position where we were kind of walking it up a few times, and that's not kind of who we want to be. So up and down, up and down.
You want to be above kind of where that was for the
Last year?
season? No, tonight. You want to be a little bit faster than kind of what you saw from the first
I want to be better than that. One of our goals is to always get the ball past half at 21. Give us just more time in the half court. So that's kind of our barometer. So we want to spend most of the night crossing that half court early.
Chauncey, you talked pregame about some of those guys behind Jeremy Grant. So what did you think of Jabari, Kamara, and Ryan Rupert, their first games out there?
Yeah, I thought those guys played well. Jabari came in, gave us some good minutes, and Tumani, he came in and played well. Chris, I thought, came and played well. Mania he got in. I think he had 3 steals in probably 2 minutes. Just kind of the things that he does, So seizing the moment. Those guys they take advantage. You throw them in there, they're ready to go. And that's what you love. About not only young guys, but just guys that are, towards the end of your bench down there. You need them to be ready and willing, no matter what the situation is.
Tamani especially, we had heard from some guys during training camp that, it seemed like he was pretty mature and played a mature kind of game. And it seemed like, obviously fourth quarter of a preseason game, but it seemed like as soon as he got in, like you notice his presence out there.
You do. He's very competitive, you know, and he's tough. So he's physical. Like he's running through screens when he's supposed to be sliding through, but he wants to just continue to make people feel his strength and his presence out there. As you've seen him on the offensive end, he just got good feel. He knows how to cut behind the back of the deep. He's just a mature young player, you know. And obviously in today's game, by today's standards, he's an older rookie. You know, I actually love that, to be honest with you. You could see that he's been taught well, he's been coached well, and he does that. Like when he's on the floor, you're gonna know he's on the floor. He's gonna do something to make you notice him. You know, I don't know if it's gonna be on the offensive end or defensive end, but that's just kind of how he plays.
What do you think the two backup bigs, Wap and Moses?
Yeah, I thought Moses was really good in the game. I mean, he's just so freaking big, man. And he plays that way. You know, he uses his length. I mean, he's in the pick and roll coverage. He's we call this hawk. He's hawking the whole time. Did a good job rebounding the ball. You know, every time he gets a chance, he goes and rebounds it. So, yeah, I thought Moses played well, and Wap too. You know, Wap too. I thought Wap got out there. He's a different center than any of the ones that we have. He's more of a, you know, he's smaller than our guys, but also he's like a pick and pop type of guy. He can really shoot it. Knows how to play, you know. So I thought they both played well.
You're obviously familiar with the Aussies in Wap and Matisse and Ryan, having played with the Breakers last season. Did anything surprise you about this New Zealand performance tonight, though?
Well, they got some good players, and I think that coach, he obviously coaches them really hard. He does a really good job. You know, he's on them the whole time. But they do. I remember because I went to the University of Colorado, so I used to watch them play against Arizona with Parker. And I always used to be like, man, there's no way that kid is in college. He looked like he's 12, you know. And then at the end of the game, he got 25. So I always really liked his game, you know. I'm happy to see he's having a really good career, you know. He's just a heck of a player. And then Xylon, we had him here last year, like in the mini camp for a week or so. I just loved him, man. His energy, his heart, his toughness, I loved him, you know, so it's good to see him playing well too. But you can just tell they're coached well. I mean, they run their offense really hard. Defensively, they compete. They play with a level of physicality. You know, the overseas game, it's just different than ours. You know, I've always said that it's more physical, in my opinion, but it's just a lot more movement plays. It's hard to play against those teams. So it was fun. This was a good test for us to be able to guard that type of movement and that type of play against that type of toughness. It was fun, and they do a good job, really good job.